the night of April 15th, 1912, the Titanic hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean and sank to the bottom of the sea. Some 1,500 people lost their lives in what was one of the worst sea disasters in history. A couple of years back, a magazine recalled that great disaster and asked its readers this shocking question. If we had been on the Titanic when it started to sink, would we have been busy rearranging the chairs on the deck? At first we would say to ourselves, what a ridiculous question. No one in his right mind would ignore wailing sirens on a sinking ship and busy himself with rearranging the deck chairs. But as you continue to read the article in this magazine, you see the reason for the strange question, because the article goes on to ask us, are we perhaps rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship? It goes on to ask, are we so caught up with material things in life that we are giving a back seat to spiritual things? And are we so busy making a living that we are forgetting the purpose of life? Are we so taken up with life that we are forgetting why God gave us life? Strangely enough, that question, are you rearranging the deck chairs on a sinking ship, it's exactly the question the church asks us on this first Sunday of Advent. All three readings in today's Mass, in one way or another, invite us to ask ourselves, are we rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship? These readings invite us to ask ourselves, are we so caught up with this life that we're forgetting it's only a preparation for a life to come? Thus, Jesus says in today's Gospel, beware that your hearts do not become drowsy from carousing and drunkenness and the anxieties of daily life. Watch and pray, he tells us. Watch and pray for the coming of the Lord, which will signal the end of this life and the start of the next life. This theme is repeated again and again in different ways throughout the Gospels. At one place, Jesus says, be watchful, be alert. You do not know when the time is coming, whether in the evening or at midnight or at dawn or in the morning. What I say to you, I say to all, be watchful. And so Advent invites us to watch and pray. Let me give you an example. Some time back, I heard this story, a true story of a Hollywood actor who suddenly became ill. And so he went to see his physician, and his doctor, after examining him, bluntly informed him, your situation is desperate. We have to operate within 36 hours if we are to have any chance at all of saving you. Well, the man was deeply shaken by those words, but afterwards he said, in effect, I learned more about myself in those 36 hours that I had in the previous 36 years of my life. And what I experienced gave me a joy that I'd never experienced before. I discovered that I was not afraid of death. I had made it a habit to pray to Jesus every day of my life. And now I knew I could be coming to the end of my time on earth, and I experienced the fruit of my praying. It was then that I discovered that Jesus and I were not strangers. We were close friends due to those daily conversations. Blessed is the man or woman who can say to the Lord when he comes, welcome, Lord, after all these years of watching and praying in faith, it's good to see you face to face. The church's message on this first Sunday of Advent, watch and pray that the Lord may be able to say to us also when he comes, welcome, dearest friend, after all these years, it is good to meet you face to face. One of my favorite prayers I don't know who wrote this, but it's from the Red Cloud Indian School in South Dakota. And it puts into prayer form some of the thoughts that are related to the theme of today's Mass. Watch and pray. I'm going to close with this prayer. O great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the winds, and whose breath gives life to all the world, listen to me. I am small and weak. I need your strength and wisdom. Let me walk in beauty, and may my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunset. May my hands respect the things you have made, and may my ears be sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise so I can understand the things you have taught my people. Let me learn the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and rock. I seek strength not to be greater than my brother, but to fight my greatest enemy, myself. Make me always ready to come to you with clean hands and straight eyes. So when life fades as the fading sunset, my spirit may come to you without shame. Amen.